It's Friday, May 10th, 2019. Is Bitcoin going to continue running up from here, or when is it going to top out? How can we tell, and what is that going to do for the altcoins, and how can we get prepared for that? This is the 24 hours of Bitcoin. A quick look at our disclaimer. You can pause the video to read it or click on a link in the description down below. Let's jump right in. We can see that Bitcoin, of course, has made some phenomenal gains over this last while. And for our own trading pattern, we're looking for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breakout buy-in pattern. And then we're waiting for our moving averages to cross over to tell us when to get out. So when we're on the 12-hour view like this, I'm going to go through the indicators now to see what is showing up underneath the prices, so that as we zoom in, we start to get an idea, is this disparity in between Bitfinex in the background and Bitstamp in the foreground coming to a conclusion now? Are these going to top out? And how can we tell if this is running out of that parabolic steam up at the top? It should be a sharp pullback when it does. So let's dig into the indicators and see what they're telling us. One thing I like about the RSI is that it's showing continuing strength, and it's not showing a strong divergence here. It's a little bit where we have a higher high here and a lower high here, and we clearly have higher highs here on the daily. When we go back to the 5-year view, we're still watching for this uptrending RSI in the long term, but it should be coming back, up and coming back. And so we're watching for that to pull back now. We're watching for this top formation. Where is it going to hit it in this? Eventually it will, and we're watching for that now. So if we zoom into the 12-hour bar, we're watching for that divergence. It's not very strong. I don't see a good strong divergence here, although this is higher and this is flat. So this is a part of the indicator that we would start to say is giving us a little bit of perhaps some insight as to the momentum of the markets here, right at the tip, right the last few days from May, the last 10 days here. We zoom in again. Now we're zooming into the last couple days where we're seeing higher highs, but the RSI is not showing higher highs all the way along here. That's the kind of divergence that I want to pay attention to and note. It is not a trading signal on its own. It has to be combined just like a well-balanced breakfast. It has to have other indicators come into play as well as the chart patterns. And for my own part, it's the 1, 2, 3 top formation and the break of the uptrend line. Let's dig into the on-balance volume is really nice still. This is great. It looks fantastic. Yet, if I zoom out to the long-term view, we haven't seen nothing yet for big volume coming in. We haven't seen it. And what's with all these institutional investors and all this, what we haven't seen the real volume kick in yet. So I'm watching for it, watching for the top formation. When it's going up, I'm watching for the top formation. That's just the plan, because we've already got a position. Now we're waiting to see when do we phase out of that position. When do we look at considering a short position in this? So far, the volume is doing great all the way along. When we're looking at the 12-hour bars, when we zoom into the 1-hour bars, good. A little bit of dumping here, but not much. Less dumping here and still going good with pretty good volume. Like I said, we haven't hit the big time in volume yet. Not even close. So this is also nice to see that we're having a little bit of dump, good volume, the same amount of volume, good volume here. So not bad for trading volume. Now when we get right to the point, the tip of the thing is I still like the volume is strong each time and not fading off. Though we're getting a little bit of dump each time, that's still all within the uptrend parameters, not a problem. Now the MACD indicator, here we are on the 1-day view, looking good, and a good crossover here, looking strong, and the histogram is holding strong. And I know that when we back up to the 5-year view, this is still showing momentum stronger to the upside. So maybe that big volume is going to be hitting us soon. Now we're looking at the 12-hour bar and zooming in. I was expecting this to cross over and start to give us some weakness out of this top here, but it isn't yet. It's starting to spread apart again and show a little bit of strength. This has not crossed over, and we're on the 4-hour time frame. This is where weakness would show itself first. And it is showing a divergence. So I want to pay attention to that so that in the next few days we can come back and say, did this divergence call us and tell us that the top was coming? Or was it not valid? So as we're zooming in a little bit more, I'm starting to see this crossover occur. The crossover occurs at the top here. Then the crossover occurs just after the top here, and the crossover is edging to top hit here. So definitely time to watch it. I'm going to zoom this back out to the 1 year view, clear that off. And what I want to do is put a parallel channel on this uptrending line and drag this out forward to give us an idea of where this channel might go. Then inside this channel, we're going to be watching for a 1, 2, 3 top formation and a break outside of the channel, as well as our 1, 2, 3 top formation, the indicators showing us what's verifying that too. We're going to keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance here. We can see that it's out of range. Like when I did this parallel channel for the Bitcoin dominance, it is broken out of that. And I expect maybe it'll come back and rest on top of this uptrend sequence here. We'll have to see what that does, but definitely watching for this to be making a top formation. If Bitcoin dominance is making a top formation and coming down at the same time that we have Bitcoin making this top formation and breaking out of our parallel channel, it's an exit signal. Those are things that we can count on. Next thing I'm going to look at is the altcoin market cap, because the altcoins are building up in market cap and huge amount of trading volume the last 3 months. Even though the prices are down to historical Bitcoin levels, the altcoin market cap is up because the US dollars are coming into Bitcoin and the alts, just that Bitcoin's going up faster. So we can see that the altcoins are going up relative to the US dollar, just not keeping up to Bitcoin so far. And we can really see that when we get into the bull bear market index, and there will be a little link up in the top of the video here when I get this edited afterwards, where you can go over to our other channel and you can subscribe to those videos where we review all of the markets on Poloniex and all the cryptocurrencies to see the bull bear ratio. Now I'm expecting that there's going to be the capitulation low. We're going to see that strong bounce up and then a little bit of a fade back and things settling out before the next run up. So we're going to be watching for that. Here and on Binance, we can see the details here on Binance where we've gone from 57 passing markets down to 21 the last time I did the scan, and we've grown from 34 failing markets to 75. So all these markets now we're watching for those bottom formations because the altcoin market cap is going up. Bitcoin will ease off a little bit, and at that time, alts will bounce. So we really want to get in there and trade those alts and be ready to get out of those alts, because it's not going to be the beginning of the big trend yet. Let's take a look at 4 charts here now. Bitcoin, of course, is broken up strongly and it's coming up to support and resistance right now. So we're watching for this top really closely in all these indicators. Litecoin US dollar is making a huge bottom formation that could be looking like it's about to go parabolic as well. And so Bitcoin may jump to the $8,000 level as Litecoin goes to the $125 level. It's just looking this way. And the bottom formation here in Ethereum is huge. It's massive 1, 2, 3 bottom, kind of like what we saw in Bitcoin earlier. And I do expect this is going to give us a big step up. And it's just going to be crazy when it does. Everybody's going to say it's so unexpected. Oh my God, what's up? And it's going to be hitting the $400 level in a blink. Another one that is interesting is XLM. To get that right. It did a bottom formation and it's pulled back. But now let's take a look at these same 4 markets and compare them to the price of Bitcoin. This is all comparing to US dollar. We see this bottom formation, this bottom, nice triangle pattern. If it isn't a bottom, it's a clear top, and we'll see all of these breaking at the same time. Let's take a look at them versus Bitcoin. Now we see that Ethereum is pulled back. It's not making that nice looking bottom formation the same. Stellar has pulled way back. It's not making a bottom formation at all. It's way back to historical prices at this level. And so we're watching for these bottom formations. Litecoin isn't making the same attractive formation that it is in the US dollar. It's pulled back considerably against Bitcoin as well. So there is a time where Litecoin is gaining on Bitcoin, then it's easing back against Bitcoin. There's going to be a time where it's gaining on Bitcoin as well. And I believe they will all turn around at the same time that we're seeing Bitcoin dominance falter, and those things will take off. So I appreciate you guys being here, scanning in on these Bitcoin prices each day. If you have an idea of what you think Bitcoin is going to do, I want to hear your comments in the link below. And let's see what's coming up for Bitcoin in the next near future. I'm watching for this top formation. It's not showing me the top formation yet. It's still showing strength. It's still showing that it's going to be going up. And I do believe that that strength is going to get the right chart here. It's going to fall over into the alts. They're going to be following along now. So this is in a position to do a parabolic move up. This is looking like it's in a position to jump up a huge amount. This has been pushed down enormously, and it has a great number of world projects that haven't been, seems to be not factored into the price. So I think that we're in for some really big booms, and then we're going to be watching the altcoins like crazy to see where are those capitulation lows, when do they consolidate, and when are they going to be going up, so that we can be taking a position and watching for the top formations. Great to have you along again. Thanks again for tuning in. Good luck in all of your Bitcoin trading. This is the 24 hours of Bitcoin. Good morning, everybody. Sorry I didn't see the chat. Ciao for now.